I got to get your thoughts on the Devin Booker extension because this stuck out to me. 2 years, $145 million. Going to have the highest per year, at least for now, the highest per year salary in the NBA, just eclipsing the money that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who just signed another massive deal, or a massive deal in Oklahoma City. Devin Booker has 3 years left on his contract that take him into his early 30s.
They didn't need to do this?
They did not need to do this. What am I like? Tell me sometime. Look, you did a great job telling me what I'm missing with the Bucks there. Like, well, here's what you're missing with Milwaukee. What am I missing here with the Phoenix Suns? I know they keep saying that they want to build around Devin Booker forever. They want him to be a Sun for life. But this is like, why are you giving the total value of the contract is now like $315 million. Why did the Suns feel like it was necessary to give a guy 20 years old, right now worth every nickel, is playing like an all-NBA talent. He's an elite guy. But with 3 years left in his contract, you tack on 2 more, which right now looks like it is the most impossible to trade contract in the NBA. Like, how do you do that? What do you think the Suns were thinking in making this deal?
I think that, first of all, you're not missing anything except that you're making decisions in a way that Matt Ishbia does not. And you know that already because you have been talking and pointing out for months that you don't think that this Phoenix Suns team, with the way they are structured going ahead and the ability they have to draft and everything else, can win around Devin Booker. You just don't think they can put the team around him to win. You don't think it's possible.
Devin Booker, I'll repeat what I said. Devin Booker will never win an NBA championship in Phoenix. It doesn't mean Devin Booker won't win a championship because I think he's good enough to be part of a championship team. But in Phoenix, with Devin Booker as the alpha on that team, it's not going to happen. Not with the kind of window he has at age 28 to win a title.
So given that, the conventional wisdom is they should build differently. However, Matt Ishbia has come out and said loudly and repeatedly they are going to build around Devin Booker. And once, as management, as ownership, you come out and make all of these claims and you trade away Kevin Durant and it looks like you're going to stretch and waive Bradley Beal, there was pressure then to give him this extension. And I think it is also insane. And I think that this kind of goes into the larger issue of teams are now required to max out and max extend as a show of respect, as a show of this is, who you are to our franchise. And that maxing out requires you to give 35, 36, 37% of your cap to someone. We talk about the fact that in the last year of these contracts, these guys will be making almost the $82 million, where it would be $1 million a game. We're already there. If you look at Devin Booker, how many games he's played on average a year, I think it's in the high 60s if you average out all of his career. He is going to be making, if he plays that average amount of games, more than $1 million a game. These guys are going to make $1 million to step on the court for 48 minutes. And some of that time they'll be sitting on the bench. It's crazy. And I don't think this is good for the Suns long term. And again, that's not because Devin Booker isn't worth whatever you have to give him, but I don't think it's going to work out for their team with their other liabilities asset-wise. And this pressure that they put on themselves to make it him or make it nothing, I think this is how they got themselves into this situation.
I mean, look, he's going to be among the best scorers in the NBA for the next couple of years. There's no doubt about that. He's going to be among the best players in the NBA. And maybe if you waited 2 years and he was still playing at that level, you'd still probably give him a comparable contract that would take him into his mid-30s. But right now, in the situation the team is in, which is they are in purgatory. Like, we both agree Bradley Beal likely to get waived and stretched. I think Clippers are a favorite to sign him. One of the 2 LA teams at least is going to be a favorite to sign him. And you look like you're trying to rebuild. Like you draft Maluach, who could be a good player, but it's going to take him a long time to become one. Like, he's only been playing basketball like 4 years. And you hire a coach at Jordan Ott. And I don't know if Jordan Ott's going to turn out to be a good coach, but like, Jordan Ott's not the coach you hire unless you're trying to do kind of a long build here. Like, you're hiring a young coach to kind of grow with your team. So you're looking 2-3 years down the road, and is there going to be a point to having Devin Booker making that much money on your roster? And like, he just becomes harder to trade in this particular situation when you've got
that's what I was going to actually ask you.
Million.
Is there any thought that just extending him out so he's under team control, as they say, makes him more tradable?
I think if there was 1 year left in the contract, at that point, then you extend him, team control. It opens it up to like every team in the league can go and get him, right? It's not just his preferred list of teams.
Right.
But you could already do that. Like you could trade him anywhere you want with 3 years left on his deal. Good for Devin Booker. Good for these guys for getting paid, because if it's not them, it's the owners. So they should get.
And by the way, I should say that, and I wanted, that's a great point, and I should have said that at the beginning. These are billionaire owners, especially in Matt Ishbia's sense. So I'm never I'm never rooting for the billionaires over the millionaires, right? Players are the ones who put in the sweat equity and labor, and I'm thrilled that they are getting the money. However, the fact that these guys are getting paid at that level, 35% of the available salary, it just puts these teams in a tough position.
I just don't get it. I don't get the thinking. I don't get the strategy. It wasn't necessary to give him this type of deal. Again, not because he shouldn't be getting paid, but because it hamstrings you to a degree, and it just makes things more problematic. It makes it harder to, if you do have to move off him at some point, even if he's playing at a high level, it just makes it difficult to do a deal like that. Then you risk, like, is there going to be a regression in Devin Booker when he gets into his early 30s? Maybe not. Like, maybe he's still the same guy. Maybe not. But that was a head scratcher to me. Like, why would Phoenix do it? And of course, it's Phoenix doing it, who I've been beating up on, for the last couple of years.
That's what you're missing. When you say, what am I missing? You're missing remembering the franchise you're talking about.